KwaZulu-Natal's government of provincial unity is on the brink of collapse, with major political parties in urgent talks to prevent a dramatic shift in power that could hand control of the province to the Umkhonto weSizwe Party, or MKP. This is the latest from Peter Maritzburg. What happened? Last week, the National Freedom Party, or NFP, announced it was withdrawing from the KwaZulu-Natal Government of Provincial Unity, effective immediately. The move has sent shockwaves through the province's fragile coalition. The Government of Provincial Unity, known as the GPU, was formed after the May 29, 2024 general and provincial elections, when no party won an outright majority in KwaZulu-Natal. The coalition has included the Inkatha Freedom Party, African National Congress, Democratic Alliance, and the NFP, holding a narrow 41-seat majority in the 80-member legislature. But with the NFP's departure, that majority evaporates, opening the door for rival alliances that could reshape power in South Africa's second-largest province. Why this matters? KwaZulu-Natal is politically critical. In the May 2024 elections, the MK Party emerged as the largest party in the province, holding 37 seats, with the EFF holding 2. If the NFP joins forces with them, they could command 40 out of 80 seats, enough to challenge the current coalition's control. Political analysts warn that such a shift could see a new government formed without the ANC, IFP and DA, jeopardizing the GPU and potentially placing Jacob Zuma's MKP in charge of KwaZulu-Natal's government. Parties race to respond. Immediately after the NFP's withdrawal, the ANC moved to stabilize the situation. In a letter to the NFP, ANC Provincial Task Team Coordinator Mike Mabuyakulu warned that the decision to leave the coalition could have far-reaching consequences for governance, stability, and service delivery across the province. The letter emphasized the importance of unity in difficult times. After several days of silence following the initial announcement, the NFP agreed to meet with the ANC later this week, suggesting that negotiations to keep the coalition intact are still possible. The Democratic Alliance weighs in. The Democratic Alliance has also entered the effort to prevent the GPU from unraveling. DA Provincial Chairperson Dean McPherson wrote to the NFP calling for dialogue and urging the party to reconsider its decision to withdraw. McPherson stressed that political instability would have a direct impact on ordinary residents, many of whom already struggle with poor service delivery, unreliable infrastructure, and unemployment. He said the DA still regards the NFP as a partner for progress in KwaZulu-Natal and wants to address issues raised publicly by NFP leadership within the existing coalition framework. Background and context. Internal tensions within the NFP have been building for months. A key flashpoint was the motion of no confidence against Premier Tami Nduli in December last year, tabled by the MKP. The motion fell short in a chaotic legislature session, after which the NFP's own representative, Mbali Shinga, the sole NFP member in the KwaZulu-Natal legislature and MEC for Social Development, was disciplined for defying party orders. The disciplinary conflict underscores deeper fractures within the party and its uneasy position within the GPU. Coalition politics in KwaZulu-Natal have been tumultuous since the elections. The GPU was formed to keep the MKP out of power after it won the largest share of votes, but persistent disagreements, policy paralysis, and public frustration over service delivery have dogged the government. What could happen next? If the LFP refuses to return to the GPU, opposition parties like the MKP and Economic Freedom Fighters could form a new alliance. Together, they would equal 40 seats, enough to challenge the current government and potentially form a new ruling coalition. Such a development could lead to a vote of no confidence against Premier Tami Nduli, triggering either a government collapse or a dramatic reshuffling of power in the province. With parties scrambling to secure alliances and negotiations underway, KwaZulu-Natal's political future hangs in the balance. We will continue to follow this story closely. And this is a developing story.